Greetings and welcome back to Horror Movie Madness Marathon Month. Today I'm going to be talking about We Go On from 2016. Directed by Holland and Andy Mitton, it's a dramatic supernatural horror film that explores concepts of life after death in a unique and interesting way. The movie takes place in Los Angeles, California, and follows a man named Miles, played by Freeman, as he attempts to find proof of the afterlife. He survives a car accident but is left with a crippling fear of death, so much to the point where he doesn't live much of a life because he's too afraid of what could happen. To help ease his anxiety, he puts out an ad looking for anyone that can show him proof of life after death. He's willing to accept any kind of tangible evidence of a ghost, demon, angel, or anything supernatural, and puts up a $30,000 reward for whoever can show him. Naturally, he gets a flood of responses and ends up having to sort through over 1,000 of them. Annette O'Toole plays his mother, Charlotte, who helps him out, and she's his main support throughout the movie. Most of the responses are hoaxes, but they do manage to narrow them down to 3 that they seem like they could be legitimate. There's a scientist who claims he has developed a technique that will guarantee a supernatural encounter, a medium who claims that she can show Miles his own death, and a wealthy entrepreneur with a Tibetan artifact that he acquired on his quest for the same proof which Miles is also searching. Miles and his mother head out to investigate these 3 responses, and he ends up getting involved in a way that he never would have imagined. In the interest of avoiding spoilers, I won't tell what happens, but I will say that he finds what he's looking for, and it won't leave him alone. I enjoyed We Go On. It certainly stood out to me enough to want to do a movie review on it. The film wasn't particularly scary, but was creepy and especially thought-provoking. It was definitely different from anything I've seen recently, and I appreciate the originality. Plus, the concept of what happens after we die is a terrifying thought in itself. It's certainly something that I myself have pondered quite a bit, and no matter what anyone says, no one truly knows what happens after you die, and that's the real horror. But this also creates an infinite realm of possibility which can be used creatively. We Go On explores the concept of life after death and presents the idea that spirits can be tethered to a person. Normally you hear that a ghost is tied to a specific location or object, but here a ghost can choose to latch onto a person. And a person can actually have multiple spirits tethered to themselves. The ghosts don't have the ability to do anything in the real world, so no one is in any physical danger, but they can torment the host until they give in to their demands. Furthermore, the spirits can stay as long as they choose, until either they decide to move on for whatever reason, or if their living anchor dies. The film also toys with the idea that everyone has the ability to see spirits, especially when we're young, but as we get older we lose that fear and curiosity, and thus also the ability. But it can be reactivated under the right conditions, and this happens in the movie to some of the other characters around Miles. The acting was pretty good, and the film itself isn't a huge cinematic feat, but rather very small in scale, having a pretty small cast of characters. It's about one man's quest to find the answer to his ultimate question, not for fame or notoriety, but simply to ease his mind so he can live without fear. I like that it was done on a smaller scale, and I felt it helped me empathize better with the main character, especially since the film deals with a subject that we can all relate to. I thought it was a pretty good horror film. It's filled with twists, especially at the end, and I recommend it. So if you want to see a thrilling and thought-provoking film, check out We Go On, and come back to join me for more horror movie reviews on Horror Movie Madness Marathon Month. Happy Halloween!